Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dark Souls. Today we're going to finish up Lost Izalith. For that we are going to start by going up here. There's nothing on this branch. You can probably jump down on top of that. I've never been down there. This is crazy, by the way, how as I've already said in the last episode, this area is super obviously not up to the standard which the devs intended. Now those are dead. That one. This is probably also one of the areas about which I know the least. I think I know pretty much anything you need to know here. But obviously not everything here is important. I have no idea what items you find here, except I think there's some NPC up there. Could also be that he only spawns if you've... There's one that only spawns if you've gotten invaded by him 3 times. There's an item over here. Now we can go up here and I knew that she's here. I think there's another one that either invades here or that you kill here outright. The chest. Ah, the pyromancy. Yeah, I knew there's a pyromancy somewhere here. Then there's only this area down below. And then we're finished with everything to do here. there's nothing here except this guy. You can go in there, and then there's an area which we still got to do. Then there's this guy up there. He's the only one of those that actually respawns, which means that he's the one which you use for farming the crafting material. And that's our first death this episode, because I had forgotten that he does that amount of damage. But it's not going to be too hard to get back there. We can actually ignore most enemies here. I would actually say we should wear our actual equipment, because we only have to change to the other ring for walking over here, and we don't need it until we die again, so our second death is hopefully not something that happens. I did not know that those respawn. And those things are so annoying. And that's another death. Number 2. We can actually do this. Number 1. We're going to kindle it. There's actually one thing we could really use, which is the Rite of Kindling, an item you get from the next boss we're going to fight after this area. We're also absolutely not equipped for, like, our character. Look at him, he's not at all dressed for heat like this. The Rite of Kindling is an item which gets you it allows you to get 20 instead of 10. So that's pretty useful. Two, and we'll now try if this is the better idea. We are going to wear the heaviest armor that we can get, and then we'll try to power through his attacks. Oh my god. Fair, fair. That's our third death. Let's switch back to something like that is actually better, I guess. Fourth death. That's also the end of our souls which we had over there. There's not really a reason for why we should kill him, so let's just run past him. You only really need him dead if you want to get his drop, which is a crafting material which we are not going to need. But I do want to get past him, because that's where you get one item that's pretty useful.
My very own son. I am the son. I've done it. I have. Yes, I did. I did. Oh.
That's the end of Artorias. Humanity, his straight sword, talisman, and armor. And the bug which he was wearing is pretty much one of the most... That one? That's pretty much one of the most useful items at the next area which you're going to go to. Now we've opened up this shortcut here. And now we can try passing through there again. And down there is our next... Now we only need to get down here. And there's a few things which you need to do here. I have no idea if that's how you get up there. We're going to... maybe die here. Yeah, we are going to die there. It's our fourth death. If I'm right, there's also still one thing to get at the start of this whole thing. Like we got to get something at the place where the lava was drained. That should be the fire ember, if I'm right. Now we got all of these. Soul of a Brave Warrior. Titanite. Then we can use this. Now we can start by changing that. Not gonna lie, I really don't like how you can need to use specific equipment. I mean, I can't fucking talk. I don't like how you're sometimes required to use specific rings, because that changes up what builds you can use, obviously. And now we're going to do the boss, and then we'll check back in with our... And then we'll check the area where the lava was drained. after that we'll end the episode. This is probably the worst boss fight in all of Dark Souls. Not in the sense that it's difficult or anything like that. It's the worst because it just is not really fun. First you have this weird passage here, then the Bed of Chaos. The first part of it is completely stupid, because you can just run around and you got to kill this thing. Now she gets her second phase. That's, by the way, the Witch of Izalith with, and she's like cursed because she's that's the second one. Actually, we can that's our thumbnail. And now our fifth death. The only good thing about this is her phases get saved, which means we only have to run to the middle of that area and kill another one of those things. Not those things exactly, but it's literally one single hit that we need to kill her. Or maybe it. I don't know how turning into a weird bug affected her gender. That's one of her attacks. That's the boss, this bug. And you know what? If you have the Thorns armor, we could literally kill her by rolling, because she only has to get one single point of damage and she's dead. This boss fight is straight up the biggest bullshit in all of Dark Souls. And you know what? We are going to get ourselves one of these and one of these, because we need both of those. Now, Daughter of Chaos. This is our last stop. We got 5 deaths this episode. Now we only need to... Does it automatically move? I was pretty sure that that stays where you leave it be. Demon Ruins. Those are going to be ignored. From what was that again? A fucking course. Fucking hell. Yeah, of course, of course. 6 deaths. Yeah, it's 4K souls. Let's just ignore those. We are just going to run straight for the item and then don't care if we die or not. Or I feel bad if I do it like that, so we should probably do it legit and not cheese ourselves. That does not change. That hitbox is messed up. You see? 6. Let's take this seriously. You got to agree with me though. Just copy pasting all those fucking demons over here is bad game design. They're also literally arranged in this weird group. Okay, 6 steps. And then there's that single one. Okay, fair. 6 deaths is the amount of deaths for this episode. I would say we're going to end it here. Goodbye, have a great time. See you next episode. Like and subscribe if you want to see me suffer further. Bye.